say that coming into a Giggity Racing event, we just watched one heck of a race at the Roval. Yes, that's right, the Roval. We are going to kick 2 people tonight and points. We are going points championship racing. We have tonight in the...
Hold on a minute. I'm accepting invites real quick. Sorry, guys. Hold on.
We're going to have one dynamite killer broadcaster to bring this, what? Texas race? Strategy will be a factor, don't you guys agree?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah. See, we're heading in the track now. I mean, I'm like right now, if it's as treacherous as it was beginning of the year they raced here, I'm going to say turn 4 is going to bite a lot of people unless they got their custom setups perfect here. Because turn 4 is a bit iffy coming out.
I love how you brought that up. That was brought up a little bit earlier at the Giggity Roundtable by Robbie. Coming out of turn 4, it's very treacherous. You come out low full throttle, your rear end's going to kick around. Me personally, once again, I'll give you my little secret. I like to come out a little bit higher, but you come out full throttle. These guys are in custom setups. They are the elite of the elite of the Giggity Racing guys. I don't expect to see
come through 1 and 2.
I don't expect to see too many accidents, but coming out of turn 4, but who's to say people aren't going to push too hard? Points are of value tonight.
Noko made that drive for 5 successful. Let's see if he can make the drive for 6 as he's out front here after qualifying. We make across the line to end lap 1. He is the early leader with K-Taddy close behind.
As we just went 54 laps at the Roval, we're doing 160 here. Some of these people on controllers, some of these people on wheels, different driving styles, different driving methods, especially coming from the Roval. Man, I think if you were on a wheel driving Texas and the Roval, your arms are going to hurt tomorrow.
Guys, real quick question. Can you guys, watch the stream off your guys' phone? Tell me if that thing's actually loaded here. It's having issues on my side on my phone here, guys, so you might have to reboot the broadcast here.
I will double check for you real quick as we're looking over that black notorious Noko pulling out front real quick. He already pulled off the drive for 5. I don't think there's anything that rhymes with 6, guys.
It's working good.
Okay, well it had like that squiggly screen on the thing, so it literally didn't tell me if it was going or not. Alright. Alright guys. Yeah. Noko just stretching his leg, man. I mean, he's really good here as it is. I mean, he's coming out here wise. I mean, yeah, he has plenty of playoff points here. But he's coming out, guys, to seal that deal to win this championship this year.
Look right behind him, though. He's got his own teammate, and look who's in front of his teammate, guys. Look at that gold car, RJ Smitty.
That's a pretty Hertz car. That was I remember. Oh, as we see 3 get in the wall. Who was that, guys?
That's MP Roofer. MP Roofer's the number 3.
Yeah, it looked like he tagged the wall coming out of 2.
No harm, no foul for him. He'll be able to gather that back up. I know this is a hard track to track back down, but we do have stages on. He needs to realize that. Gain your composure. Get your Russo on, and he'll be right back.
Oh, yeah. Man, looks like Flo got a little bit loose coming out of 2 guys as well.
Update for the points for you guys. I guess we got the notice before this race. Checkmate actually is back out of this race.
Sorry to cut you off. Buck just had a wild moment, saving it down the front stretch. So he lost it again out of turn 4. It snapped loose on him, and he was sideways going to the infield into pit road.
Real quick, I gotta go take care of a situation. If anybody could just send me a chat invite so I can jump back right in, that'd be great. I'll let you guys have it for 1 quick second while I go take care of this.
Alrighty. Will do.
I'm gonna go ahead and send him that invite real quick. Well, no, I can't because he's the party host.
Oh, That works out real great, huh? Here, how about that? Let me appear online for a change. Maybe I can try to jump back in, but I gotta go talk to this guy just for 30 seconds. Like I said, I'm gonna let you guys take it. We got great racing. Custom Cup tonight, points championship at Texas. After the Roval, 2 are going to get eliminated. You all have at it for 1 quick minute.
Alright, we see here, Taddy's making a move. He's up to 3rd now, guys.
Yeah, he definitely is. Sorry, guys, I wasn't feeling too good, so I ate me some food, and now I got a runny nose from all the spices.
Hey, that's a good way to clear them sinuses out, though.
Definitely is. Like I told you guys, I had Grim come up here and take over a broadcast for us because I'm not feeling too good the last couple days.
Yeah. That's alright, man. I don't know why. I feel like me-wise, I'm like my dad. He never gets sick. I feel like I've got that immune system finally built in. It's kind of weird.
I know we got a good immune system, but tonight I'm really feeling it. And as we're sitting here watching this tight battle for 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, Yoko's just gone. He's got that thing high calibered right now.
The thing everybody's gonna have to watch out for is that we do have this draft, so that draft is gonna play a huge factor going into this.
Bad part is though they are drafting and Noko's still pulling away though. That's the big thing right there though.
He is so strong.
Oh, as we see Taddy and Wicked get a little nudge there, but Taddy saves it there.
Teddy does an excellent job keeping control of his car as these Mills are going to close the door on him.
Welcome back, little man. Thank you for joining in the chat tonight. Oh, as we see RJ and them little touch doors going into 3, but they straighten it out here. As we see Noko just keep on stretching. Looks like Mills is making a run here back here, passing Taddy on the inside, coming down the front stretch.
Yeah, and that puts RJ Smitty into 2nd place here. It seems that Wicked Gatekeeper got in with K Tati, as we know, and seems to have knocked his confidence just a little bit, but regroup yourself, mate, and just keep running that line, and I'm sure you're just going to get this 2nd place here. RJ Smitty running it a little bit too wide going into 3 there, but it seems like he catches his line coming out of 4.
Well, Mills has that inside on Teddy as he's looking to complete that pass as they go through the tryover.
So we got a shout out from Ryan Morgan saying, "Let's go Mills." I mean, I saw the running order from last race. Mills had a wonderful race for him. I saw it because I just jumped in for this 2nd race here helping out Arch. I mean, looking here while we're at the Roval and Mills finished 3rd. I mean, that's a good run, especially at a road course.
Oh, Mills, and that was definitely the thing about it is Noko gave him a shout out during the roundtable saying don't sleep on him, and he definitely proved him right.
So Mills is a good guy. I mean, he's a very good wheelman too. Just like Noko. I mean, all these boys in general wise are wheelmen. It's just a good group of guys, honestly.
Oh, it definitely is, you guys, and it's one of the honors of being here as a part of the Giggity.
We go back here. We go. Flo actually must have had an issue wise. He's all by himself right now. Like that, or got out of the draft. He's way back behind the field. Same thing with MP Roofer. Looks like he's actually might be getting close to. Where's no? Go out here real quick. Actually, no, they got a gap. He's still good right now. So we see battle right now. Looks like right now Wicked was trying to make the outside work, try to get around RJ.
As Teddy managed to hold up Mills, and we're heading through the trial where he's going to stay in front of him for at least another lap. As they dive off into 1, everybody's single file pretty much. It's really nice for these guys to spread out and get some clean green racing.
Oh, it looks like Wicked's trying to make another. I don't know if he's trying to make another run on RJ, or they're trying to use the draft. Like he keeps peeking to the outside, but I don't know if he's just not trying to get his car to overheat, or he's just trying to get that draft with him.
Well, he might also be doing that to kind of slow himself down in the middle of corners. That way he doesn't pass him to continue to gain any ground any way possible on Noko as he's out there running away.
As we see Mills actually catching back up with Taddy. It might be, again, they're drafting to kind of catch up to Wiki Gatekeeper and RJ, though. So we see is Noko he's just stretching his legs right now. I bet, by looking at that, I bet he has maybe, I'd say a 5-second lead over Smitty and Wiki Gatekeeper, I believe.
Yeah, it's a definitely interesting racing here as we're coming into this turn. Wicked Gatekeeper having that inside line and RJ Smitty having to ride that outside line. Now, I don't know about you, Grim, but riding that outside line round 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4 can be a little bit too tough.
Oh,
but with Wicked having that inside, you know, that wears on your tyres. You can get a little bit too slippery here coming out of 4. As we can see, Wicked Gatekeeper gets a little bit loose.
Man, what a say! Oh, as we see Flo, looks like Flo just got a lot of damage. Looking like he wrecked down the front stretch here. A lot of front nose damage on Flo's car here. Shame for Mills here. I mean, shame for Mills. Sorry, guys. Long day. Shame for Flo, man. He's in a situation where he could actually get bumped out of the playoffs here, so he's trying to fight for whatever he's got right now.
Yeah, but what he's got to remember is this is just stage 1 of 3. You know, it's a chance to feel out your car, and then if you need to make any changes, we can do it at the end of the stage here. So it'll be interesting to actually see what changes they actually make. Some of them are looking a little bit too loose coming out of 4 already, and we're at the early stage of this stage 1. So it might be a case of just turning that wedge up a little bit and changing the tyre pressures.
Oh, yeah.
Go with Flo, he's sitting in there, he's going to pit lane right now. That's
Mills in the wall, guys. Sorry about that. Mills looks like he was trying to come to pit road or something because it looked weird. Because he came out of 4 and the car was going straight and for some odd reason veered hard right into the outside wall.
Might be a possibility as he come into pit lane there. He tried to avoid taking anybody out. I'm not sure because I weren't actually on Mills just then, but he's going to take that pit stop now and slight glitch on my screen here. It looks like he's going to have a little bit of damage now. That's going to add time to his pit stop.
Yeah, he had a lot of damage going into that. That was weird though, like from the angle, it literally, because I had the long distance angle and he literally went from out of turn 4 straight into the wall, which is kind of weird.
No, when you're riding this inside line here, I mean, look at Noko. He's on the rails right now, but seems like his tyres are wearing just as it gets a little bit loose coming out of 4 there. See, it looks like his tyres are starting to wear a little bit, so it might be a case of him pitting in soon, and it'd be interesting to see who turns out where after that.
As here was, I don't even know roughly how much gas these guys get for fuel run here, so I'm gonna guess at least maybe 17, maybe more.
Yeah, maybe.
But looks interesting. I mean,
go ahead.
Good, yeah, just look good, interesting racing right now.
Yeah, Buck Racing coming in for his green flag pit stop. He's going to make some changes, see if he makes any changes to the wedge. I would definitely say that some of these drivers are looking a little bit too loose as they're coming towards their fuel run. MP Roofer, he's still looking a little bit loose at the moment. But I'll tell you what, he's running smooth. You can tell that MP Roofer is now running on a wheel. He seems to be racing loads better at the end of this season.
Oh, yeah. As we see MP going to Action Pit Road right now, make his scheduled pit stop here. I know, right? I'll tell you right now, man. If you actually go back and look back after this broadcast, I'm telling you, Buck literally had almost a terrible mishap that actually could have cost him a lot more than what he is right now. He lost it coming out of 4 and chased it clear into the infield, and he almost hit the inside pit road wall. So that could have been devastating for him. He's running great right now.
Yeah, I did actually say Noko coming in for his green flag pit stop. I did say earlier, Buck, you know, during the beginning of the season, he was sort of sat at the back and wasn't really shining too much. But it seems like we come to the playoffs, and he seems to be there when it's needed.
Oh yeah. I'm laughing at the comments right now.
Yeah, I'm looking at him.
Freaking RKM, he's like, yeah, working myself into an early grave as usual.
Wonder if he's saying, let's go, Roofer.
Oh yeah.
It seems like these cars are sort of spread out now.
I believe Noco's still the leader. Oh, sorry guys. But I believe Noco's still the leader here.
Can't believe Buck, he is on the rails right now. He is absolutely flying.
Well, thing is though, he had a good car till he had to gather it up coming down out of 4 though. I mean, he started out strong as it was, just mishap. Because he was running up there with RJ and Wicked until he had to catch himself. So.
Well, we've got Buck coming out of 4 now, and then Noco is just coming into 3. So he's definitely closing that gap. These guys are spread all over the track.
Yeah, we got Noco coming out of 4, Smitty coming into 1, out of 2.
We've got K-Tatty taking the inside on Mills. Mills
We got
setting him through.
Gatekeeper down the front stretch. And the same thing with Tatty, they're just entering the front stretch. So we got Wicked, Tatty, and Mills in the front stretch. As I was saying, Noco's just entering 4. So I don't know if Noco's the leader right now, honestly. I think he might be.
Something's going on with Tatty. He's just come onto the backstretch and pulled in on the inside. I'm not too sure what's happening there. And Tatty is actually sitting on the bottom 3 of the playoffs. We have Go With The Flow. He's at the bottom with then
Might be
Mills, I
having an
believe.
issue with his wheel, you guys.
Could be possible. Hopefully that's not the case.
It sounds like he's hitting the gas. Like if you actually, I'm on board him, you hear the motor still running. Like he's trying to get it to go. I don't know.
So strange.
See right back on here, wise. Oh, it was like Buck got some grass in the front stretch. Let me see if I can get a confirmation here real quick, guys.
And Tatty seems to be going again.
Alrighty.
Okay, and Tatty is on the go again.
That was odd, though.
That was so strange. We'll definitely have to bring Tatty in at the end of the race to see what happened.
Tell you, Terry now, guys, looking to go the Flo's car. He looks like he came out of a modified race right now. Fenders are flared up, tires are showing.
Flicking through the drivers here, and it seems that not Go With The Flow. Who's that? RJ Smitty's catching a bit of ground on MP Roofer. He's going to pull this draft here, coming into 3. See, Roofer's such a respectful driver. He's gone up high, and he's not in the playoffs, I don't believe, and he's just letting RJ Smitty take that inside. They're giving each other room. He's going to back off here and let RJ Smitty go and maybe run that draft just behind him, and then hopefully these two guys here can make some ground together. Catching that. Oh, Buck gets a little bit loose coming out too.
He's been having, like I said, I think he still hasn't fixed that looseness yet out of his car.
I was going to mention earlier, actually, like, I wonder what his fall off is like, because after his pit stop, he was absolutely flying.
He might have burnt the right rear off it. Because how
It might be a
fast he's trying to
possibility.
catch up.
I'm gonna just jump on board with Buck now and see what happens when he comes out of turn 4.
He's
So
loose.
coming out of turn 2, he seems just a little bit too loose. He's coming into 3 now, taking it down the bottom. Hopefully he doesn't go too low. Yeah, he's gonna go all the way low and catch that apron, and yeah, it gets a little bit too loose. My advice for him would be, you know, maybe when it comes to the apron, maybe not run it so close when he's going around 3 and 4, and maybe change his line when he comes out of 4 and point his nose straight as he comes onto the home stretch.
Oh, Buck!
Ooh.
Man, he saved that again.
That is a really good save, Buck. Well done.
He did that down the front stretch, but it was in the infield. What, man, a handful there, man. Whew. See Noka. I think Noka's later. He's just checking.
Oh. Yeah, Buck's definitely running a little bit loose.
In his perspective, what would you do, Robbie, to help the car with how loose he is?
Me, I would definitely put the wedge up. Maybe change the tyre pressures. So I'd make my... For example, I know these are not the exact tyre pressures, but just to get a bit more tightness out of it, I'd run the right front at 27, and then run that right rear at 26, having it 1 psi lower, just to catch extra grip
Oh, yeah.
for longer and make sure it don't burn off too much. Welcome back, Pudding.
I apologize, guys. I had to duck off for a real quick second. Most of you know that on Wednesday nights I put together a bunch of friends. It's not a league, just a bunch of friends racing. Most of them ended up in Giggity, so I called it the Giggity Farm League. We normally raced at 9 o'clock on Wednesdays, and 2 people showed up. 2 of our, of all things, Giggity racers, Captain Jack and Warpig. They're like, hey, where in the heck is everybody? So we were just working out the details, sending out messages to everybody, letting them know if they still wanted to race. We're doing it next week, and if they're not, then we're going to go racing on Wednesday night Custom Cup style until the points are over, guys. But
So just to bring you up to speed, Pudding, not much has really been going on. These cars are actually quite spread out now.
I've been
the
watching it on
double
the feed here, Robbie. Yeah, it's
Buck.
Noko's been pulling away.
Yeah, and the 00 Buck
Oh.
racing at first.
Ouch! Wow, Woodruff's... Wow. Ouch, Woodruff. This was to you, Puddin'. I'm sorry. I don't want to sound that rude, but Woodruff just said, don't lie, you don't have friends. Ouch.
Hey, Woodruff, I do. They're just all pink, and you're not one of them. Sorry, buddy. LOL.
That might have been
No,
in Stage Boys.
I respect Woodruff a lot. Great racer, great competitor, and a great comrade to have here in Giggity Racing.
Yeah, Woodruff definitely picked us on speed towards the end of the season, and I look forward to racing with him tomorrow night.
I don't.
Where are you boys at tomorrow?
Pocono and Daytona.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah, big ooh.
Hey, King Daddy, if you're out there listening, if you need a broadcaster, I would love to broadcast that race, or at least commentate it, because that's going to be 2 hell of a races.
The reason Taddy pulled over the pizza guy that came up. Man, you're lucky it's PG, or I'd have told you what I thought. I'm just going to shut up.
Like I said, I have been watching over here. I have had the screen pulled up on the computer, been still watching on the TV, just been doing a little bit of chat partying with a couple Woodruff, we'll call it just this for you to appease you acquaintances. How's that? We
Howdy,
got a
guys.
re-rack, we got a restack. You guys take it to the green. You've been commentating. Have at it, boys.
Alright, so we did get the running order for Stage 1 here. It was Noko, followed by Wiki Gatekeeper, followed by Mills, Smitty, Buck, Roofer, K-Taddy, and Go With The Flow. So...
I love how I did notice how Kate Taddy was pulled over to the side, so I'm glad that I didn't know Little Caesars delivered though, Kate Taddy.
I'll tell you now, what I've seen though, I mean, it's off the start here, but I think Wicked found some speed out of that car in stage 1.
Look at that 24 on the inside of him. God, we've been saying a little bit here and a little bit there, but at least I have been again. But RJ Smitty in that 24 Hertz car says, "Hey, get back your black car. Black and gold look good together."
I say if I was smart, seeing how Noko just keeps pulling, I mean I know Wicked's teammates with Noko, but I'd literally would use him to an advantage to get a draft to catch, at least keep him whiffs of Noko so he doesn't drive off like he did stage 1. So you see Buck looked like he was looking on the inside of there of RJ. Looked like he's tucking behind him here.
This is a fun track to drive. We already talked about it a bazillion times. Turn 4 is technical, but other than that, it is your typical 1.5 high bank track, good speed, numerous lines, plenty of room for other drivers out there to compete next to you. You just got to be careful. And these guys, for these custom setups, I am definitely guaranteeing you that they don't have to worry about that turn 4 exit like Robbie brought up earlier.
Yeah, that turn 4 can definitely be a little bit tricky. Now, if you run, that's going to be absolutely fine. You can take whatever line you want. When the tyres start to fall off, man, that woman could become an absolute handful, I'm telling you. When I say woman, I mean the motor.
Our buddy out there, Ryan Morgan, we all know who that is, RKM. All I'm going to say to you is, ha 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 ha. You and Woodruff definitely have some jokes tonight for old pudding. Appreciate it, guys. At least you guys are out there watching us. We appreciate it. Great drivers, Woodruff. Great driver, RKM. He is also a team captain. Thanks for being out there. But, ha! That's all I got to say.
I don't think
guys.
anybody's got anything for Noko, man. He keeps gapping them out of every start.
Because what rhymes with 7? He's going to go to 7th heaven? I mean, 7 is heaven? I mean, I don't have anything else. Drive for 5. He got 5, so 6 here, then what's next? I mean, can anything pull this off for Noko if he can do it, guys?
I mean, that car is on a rail. I mean, I don't even know how to let it stay wise. I mean, there's nothing really much to say.
I think it's ridiculous. He is absolutely flying.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, he literally takes his car about 3 laps after they go green off fresh tires, and he just pulls on them.
And look at this as well. We got Team Noko in first, Team Noko in second, and Team Noko in third. Unreal. Absolutely amazing.
I mean, what could you expect, though? You listened to them earlier in the round table. They communicate. It's not how well they drive, but it's how well they communicate with each other and help each other out. They are a very well-balanced team, as most of you guys out there know. Robbie being one of those guys, too. They just have everything set in stone. They have a game plan, and they know how to pull it off. Sometimes unfortunate accidents happen, but if you're far enough out in front of those accidents, it can't happen. So maybe that is also a game plan for these guys tonight, too. But Team Noko always wanted to be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
As we see, I was on board with that. As we see, Buck luckily got loose and got into RJ coming down the backstretch.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what RJ Smitty does now when he comes back to that 00 car. Looks like it's going to catch him into turn 1 here, so is it going to be the same when they come out of 2? Is Buck going to get loose, and is RJ Smitty going to suffer from that?
So you see that as Mills is looking inside of Smitty now.
Somebody out there, I pulled out the old idea saying what rhymes with a 7, and guess what? Woodruff Racing and Hunty out there said 7-11. Maybe that old block number 1 needs to team up with K-Taddy. Maybe they can build off the 7-11. But let's see if he can get it done. Long way to go tonight, guys. Thanks for joining in, Hunty. Thanks for joining in, Woodruff. You guys are great guys.
I'll tell you right now, guys, talking about Taddy, man, it looks like he's having a really rough time in Stage 2 right now. He's out of the draft, not up with the guys at all. He might be running his own race to figure out something. It looks like a rough time here right now for Taddy.
Guys, we are at Texas. We just came from the Roval. We are points racing. 2 people will get eliminated tonight. There are everything matters to these guys. Bumpers. I expect to be seeing used a little bit if need be. It's not a characteristic trait here in the Giggity Cup Series, but to stay alive, I think it might happen. Noko's still pulling away with this, so he might be securing his spot next week. But these other people out there, we got 2 people who are going to get booted, guys. These guys definitely need to drive their rear ends off.
Yeah, talking of bumpers, RJ Smith has actually just given the bumper to Buck, pushing him wide coming out of turn 2. Hopefully Buck doesn't collect that wall as he comes out. No, absolutely fine. RJ Smitty with the inside here.
It's right now, to go on that note there too, Robbie, it looks like Mills and RJ are actually helping drafting each other to try to get up through the field here. Because I've been seeing it the last couple laps. They were RJ was drafting off of Buck for a little bit, but then they got around him here. They're going to try to work to catch up here to Wicked and see if they can get around him as well. So
RJ's actually running a little bit loose. I've been watching him for the past couple of laps, and as he's coming out of 2 and 4, that car's just getting a little bit too wobbly. So will Buck benefit from that?
Sorry, guys. I'm over here trying to respond to everybody out there that's participating in the Giggity YouTube world. We thank everybody out there again. We got Little Man, we got Hunty, we got Woodruff, we got RKM, we got, wait a minute, is this Kevin Tatterall? Why is K-Taddy texting?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Didn't we go over this last night about texting driving, especially on dirt? But hey, more power to you, K-Todd, if you can do it, buddy.
Hey, Puddin', I'm gonna call that out on that, right? He's texting and driving, no wonder he's clear back in the back, not in the field.
I did not say that, K-Taddy. Do not give me a message in the morning. That's not what I want to wake up to.
Yeah, taking shots at the boss. He knows I mess with him.
We do appreciate everybody out there who participates out there. Like I said, I've got a couple of personal friends that don't even have a PS4 that are watching tonight just to listen to the broadcast. We've got family members that watch. We got friends. We got drivers of other series out there. Thank you guys so much for participating. It's so much fun to be able to communicate with you during the race.
Oh, Little Man, now that shot's fired. He just said, well, he can't do both. That's why he's texting. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna be over in the corner. You guys.
Maybe that's why Little Man's going to bed so he doesn't get a points violation in the future.
No, that's why Little Man's in Xfinity and Taddy's in Cup.
I didn't say that, Little Man. Again, we love to have fun with each other. This isn't it's not a lifestyle. It's not a bunch of friends. It's a family. It's a great community. We love to banter back and forth with you.
Roofer had an incident, guys, down the front stretch. A lot of damage to Roofer's car.
Yeah,
and he was looking forward to tonight's race, too.
He actually backed out, guys.
Oh, frustration. That is not good for MP Roofer, part of DSR Racing. He is a big asset over there for Etho at DSR. Etho was looking, Roofer was looking very good tonight at the Roval, looking very strong tonight with an unfortunate accident. He might have just said, I'm calling it, but...
Arkham, I'll answer that question for you. I'm like Little Man. Sorry about that, Pud. He says, where do you run, Grim? I said, well, I'll be running Truck Series next season because I can't run other schedules. With Cup-wise, I work till 7 o'clock, so I can't run Cup. I would, though. I would.
Well, guess what? At least I'm going to give you some competitive nature. If I get into you to let you know that it's not a, hey, how are you? It's the, hey, get the heck out of my way there next year.
I'm excited for it next season. It's going to be a good race, and I feel like Shim Motorsports got some competition for the field next year.
All the administrators, there will be some rules changes. We got a couple new owners, like right there with Shin Motorsports. Again, I will be part of that. Thank you to Etho and Roofer for inviting me into DSR, and I would have been more than happy to drive with them. Etho and Roofer, Etho, Roofer, and Robbie, they made a little trade. So, but I'm excited to be just a participant in Giggity as a general. other than being a commentator. I love commentating, but it's so great to go out there and mix it up with you guys. Man, next season's going to be intense. We got rule changes, we got new owners, we got new team members. We got a lot of new things coming next year. It's going to be intense, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan Morgan, I agree with you. Yes, yes, Ryan Morgan. Yes, Edo and Roofer are good people. Unlike Ryan Morgan when he calls me Pinky. Other than that, he is a good person when he doesn't call me Pinky. So you're on the 50-50 roll right now as we're getting back to this race there, Ryan Morgan.
I will say, guys, too. I mean, nothing's set in stone right now, and we'll figure it out later after the season. But we have been looking at people to try to get a new sponsor next season for the Cup and for the trucks. So we're going to try to help out and try as much as possible to get sponsors for the whole next season next year. It's just we're just looking for right now. So it's going to be interesting for Giggity next year. I mean, we got a lot of big things coming that's going to change the landscape of Giggity Racing League. So.
We've got a lot of changes, and we've got so many great drivers. We got new coming drivers. We got drivers moving up. Heck, there's even rumors of, I won't say it, but drivers that might want to come over. And Ryan Morgan, I might always be Pinky to you. Well, at least I'm the only Pink you'll ever see then. Ha ha! Shots fired.
Guys,
I don't mean to do that on the broadcast, but we're going back to racing.
As we see, RJ actually missed pit road coming in and actually nosed it into the wall. That's a big mishap for him right now.
I did see that. It seems like Wicked come down for the pits. He had the inside line. And I think RJ Smith was on the outside with Mills just behind him. And he was trying to be kind of cautious with the drivers around him and trying to get that late turn into the pit stop. And it did not benefit him at all. That's going to be a load of damage, which means extra time for RJ Smitty. Luckily enough, we have another stage to go.
Exactly, yeah. It really does. It does think, as we see Noko coming to pit road this time by now. So yeah, it really does. I mean, what? Wait, what? Did Noko miss pit road?
Yeah, I believe he just did. What's he doing?
I don't know.
Very uncharacteristic. I don't know.
That was weird.
Issue. Yeah, I don't know what's happening there. Our leader had maybe he's pulling to the side. Maybe he's saving something. Maybe he's going to let them go to the pits. Maybe this is part of the strategy. He's back under power, though, guys.
No, I do believe Noko is actually running out of fuel. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, Noko's actually running out of fuel. He tried to get in earlier, but it seems like he's managing to just stretch his fuel out here and get into pit lane. I see he's coming in now and he's going to get that pit stop. He is not going to be happy.
That was awkward. Oh, or
back down there, yeah, but we see DSR saying Noko missed pit road unless his wheel did what mine did. It sounds like that MP Roofer might have had a technical difficulty, so we're going to have to see what happens with Noko afterwards. We're going to have to get a word with that, yes, but that's what happened to Roofer. He had a technical difficulty.
I know, right? Noko, I can imagine the party that's going on right now. But yeah, sorry to hear about that, Roofer, man. I do apologize. I mean, we don't want to see somebody get taken out just because of a wheel technicality here. It's I'm sorry you had that issue, bud. So we see here. Would that mean, the way I see it, that would bring Wicked to the point?
I think so, and that might have even put Noko a lap down. I'm trying to get caught up.
That might have put him 2 laps down, actually, because they were already catching him anyways. That might have put him 2 laps down. Yeah, that's just odd, though. I mean, I'm not going to say that kryptonite curse that happens to all the leaders of the champions for the past year, but that was just odd for something from Noko like that. But again, like Roofer said, it could have been his wheel too. So.
typing for me and talking is very difficult. I do apologize. I'm trying to keep up with everybody. We got Little Man, we got Ryan Morgan, we got Chris out there, C-Dub, we got Dirty South. Thanks, guys, for participating in the chat. Dirty South, we know, is Roofer, was in this race, so thanks for keeping up with your updates, man. Guys, this is... things are changing as we see Noko go to the bottom of the 11 of K-Taddy after he ordered his pizza.
Hey, Robbie.
Yeah.
Invite Rupert to the chat. Get him
Okay.
in here. Get his aspect of how the car handled. I mean, his car wasn't good, but like he's saying, but get him in the booth if he's still on.
We are Giggity Racing, we are Points Racing, we are Custom Cup Racing tonight. We are at Texas. We just got done with the oval, or the Roval, excuse me, not too long ago. We're more than halfway through this one, guys. Things, consequences are being brought up, and this is stuff that we brought up earlier too, Arch, in that in the round table. Things that might not be your fault, things that might be your fault, mistakes can be made. Consequences are definitely a situation to be happening tonight, it looks like, here at Texas.
Oh yeah.
I'm following
Okay,
along.
I've just suggested MP Reefer to our party chat here, and hopefully we can hear from him soon.
Yeah.
Just wait for that to get accepted.
That'd be you,
I already
Bud.
sent him an invite, fellas.
Yep,
Oh, that
nope.
was bad.
Yep.
That'd be you to, or no, wouldn't be you to accept. Who would accept it? Would it be you, Arch? Or would it be Robbie?
Yeah, you guys are. I had to go take care of that situation real quick, guys. So I do apologize.
Oh,
Check your party screen
okay.
real quick to make sure who's in charge.
So, guys, real quick, I just got information here, right? So, Arkham said that he had an issue at Vegas where the wheel would suddenly turn dead right coming off of 4. So, Roofer just said he had the same problem, but his turned dead left.
And with the names that you just said, I don't think that's a lack of talent. I think that's just technology.
That's a mechanic. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
mechanical issue.
I don't think that would definitely. Those guys would not
That
make a
doesn't
mistake
sound
like
good
that,
to me. I don't want to have that happen either. That's not giving good hopes for me because I run the same wheel Roofer runs.
Yeah, if that's the case, we gotta, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, dogs and cats, we're gonna have to figure out what's gonna happen here. Not only with how this race finishes, but what happened with the drivers that had technical difficulties, because we haven't seen that very much tonight. As we see MP Roofer joining the party right now, give us your insight on what you think might have happened, Roofer.
I don't, man, my wheel has never done that. Like, it just would not, even when I was steering back to the right there, because I was trying to, when I spun, it just spun out, and coming off turn 4, you know, you get really loose coming off turn 4, so I was like, okay, my car's just getting loose off 4, and then all of a sudden, like dead in the straightaway, like it just started doing donuts around the start finish line, and I was actually trying to stay down so I didn't go up in front of the track in front of them guys, and I said, I'm just going to turn it off in case I didn't want to jump out in front of them guys and tear them up. They're fighting for points. I'm not.
Question for you, Roofer. Do you know? I mean, I don't know if you would know or not. Do you know what happened to Noko?
When I was kind of watching it, and it looked like something like pretty much happened with him that happened to me. I don't know, because Noko's great at getting.
That's what I'm
off the
saying.
road.
That was odd. That was very strange for Noko was.
Because I seen him stop even, and that's what I had to stop for a second and was like, what's going on? And I seen him stop for a second. We'll have to ask him after the race. But
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of thinking maybe he had a problem.
Even one of our fellow commentators, Roddy, made
seems
this
how we
chat.
had a difficulty with all drivers.
What's that now? My bad.
Do you guys think that it could be something with the online server? Because that sounds like multiple drivers have had issues tonight.
It could be. I'll be honest, in the Roval one time when I wrecked, the wheel just jerked out of my hand, but I was running, like, pretty high force feedback for the Roval to make them tight turns. and I was sitting there running third, and I got back on the gas like I did every other time coming through two, and it just whipped right into the wall. I hope not, man. If it is, I
Guys,
hope
look
they
like we
patch
had
it
to
up
end the
soon.
stage here. Give you an insight of here how that finish worked here, because I'm actually kind of curious where Noko was out of that. Because I feel like we were thinking he went a lap down at least, maybe two, just because of that incident.
Yeah, him having to stop like that really hurt him.
Reefer,
Roofer.
you were looking very good tonight too at the Roval. I know how excited you are to go to a couple of these
Alright.
tracks. You put in, like I told everybody earlier in
Okay,
the
guys.
broadcast, you put 1,000 laps in, man. So we know how dedicated you are. So we know it wasn't a mistake on your behalf.
Alright, guys, we're looking on here. Wicked Gatekeeper took stage 2, followed by Buck, Mills, RJ. Noko actually is going to be on the lead lap after this. He was
Alright.
actually one lap down. Taddy's in 6th, Flo 7th, and then MP Roofer in 8th. So, yeah,
Did Taddy get his lap back? He pulled over because he had a food delivery
no,
that he had to.
it'll be the next one around here.
Okay, yeah,
sorry,
the
but
pizza
I
man
really
was there, and
funny.
he had to pull over and pay the pizza man.
I mean, when Domino's knocks on the door, you gotta pay the man. As we rack 'em and stack 'em, Noko in the back. How are we going to see Noko work his way back to the front there, Roofer? You were in this race. Let's get your opinion on this.
If there ain't nothing going on with his wheel and the issue fixes itself, yeah, I don't think he'll have a problem, man. He was just at the Roval and here. He really
I'm
good.
saying, dude, I'm telling you now, like I told them, give it 3 laps, Puddin', and he'll be at the point stretching it, because that's literally what it takes for fresh tires on his car that I've seen. It takes about 3 laps, and then he can go.
After the conversation I had earlier, though, with Kate Teddy, he said his patience level is over. He's going to push himself, and he's going to push himself to the top. And look where he's at. Kate Teddy up there in 11th, in that 11th car, up there in 3rd, though, guys. Kate Teddy says, I want to be known as a cup driver. Looks like he makes it under Wacky Gatekeeper in the 42 as they're going 4 straight wide, 2 on the outside right there. Kate Taddy says, knock, knock, boys, I'm here, but look who's at the front. A name we've said a couple times, but not as much as we're used to our customers saying. We got Buck. Buck right in that middle line. 11 on the inside. Go ahead, guys. Take it. I'm so excited.
It's alright now. Noko literally pushed Taddy the whole way up to the front. I watched
I know that they had
board
practiced. I know they practice together with each other. Do you think that might help each other?
Possibly. I'm saying he literally pushed Taddy clear to the front.
Teddy to the front, Buck in the wall, Noko on the inside,
Noko.
over the grass. We got RJ Smitty.
Noko and Buck
regains it,
doored
stays
each
in
other
it.
down the front stretch. Ooh, teammate
They're-
drama there, man. Ooh.
It was
I
good to
wouldn't
see
want to
Buck
be in
up
that
at the
conversation.
front, because he was
Yeah,
having
but look at that,
problems
guys.
bad in stage 1, and then that happened. Hopefully he can recover.
Smitty
As
looking,
soon as we say,
Smitty
look
looking
at
at
this,
the
guys.
inside.
We are going 4 wide, or 2 wide, 4 for the lead. We get to the wall. Noko says, Taddy, you and I are friends. We practice together, but I'm coming back on the inside of you. Noko comes back on the inside of Taddy. Taddy's going to say, hey, I want to prove myself. He talked to me today. He says he wants to get up there. He's not going to have that patience level. Guys, I'm going to unplug my mic. I'm over talking you guys. Have at it, guys.
Yeah, as Puddin takes a little bit of a break there and maybe a bit of a breather. We all know Puddin loves to watch this racing and get a little bit carried away. Talking of carried away,
Told you guys 3 laps.
Yeah.
I told you. It takes 3 laps. His car comes in.
And called it. He said 3 laps and Noko's going to be first place, and that's what we got. We got Noko in first, we got Tati in second, and pushing that Tati on the back stretch is RJ Smitty.
I'll tell you right now, man. I don't know how that commentation right there between Buck and Noko is in the chat right now, man. I mean, I know that wasn't intentional, but like he looked like they both met off. Like Buck tried to save it coming out the corner. Like his car's been loose for like the last couple, last 2 stages. That might have been the issue too. He could have got loose out the corner, and Noko was coming drifting up to get his lane, and they just bounced.
that's kind of like what it looked like. They met in the middle, you know, like he got loose and Noko was coming up a little bit, and like they met in the middle.
It's all right
But I'm,
now. Smitty is getting eaten right now. Like he has Taddy and Buck on his heels.
I know Buck must have made some really big changes to his car
Yeah.
because it was not handling at all for him at the beginning of the race. He was like, "Man, is this race over yet?" I want to, you know, and I'm to see him up there almost running for second. He made some big changes and got that thing handling good.
I'm gonna say, yeah, we were saying that too. He looked like he was just extremely loose out of two. I mean, out of four mostly of the race, because like on the thing is though, he's running just like it was before too. So we were talking about this in the beginning of the stage, and he has a car that's, I'd say, just a short run car. Because after a while, that car will fade off. And look who's actually coming into the picture, guys. We haven't talked much about him. I don't know if he's still a lap down or not. It's Flo. He's up here in fourth, I believe. Maybe not. I don't know if it's on the lead lap or not. Good run for him right now.
For
Yeah,
sure,
like-
because I know he was having bad problems in stage 1 too. So for these guys to get them changes and get that car handling right, this is Texas on heat 3 did not. You could rip it in turn 3 and 4, and you didn't have to worry about getting loose off like that. On this game, on heat 4, I mean turn 4 is like ice if you don't have the right setup.
Man,
It's
Noko's
just
on another
different.
level. I mean, I don't want to take praise of him, man. Like, he's gone.
Yeah.
Like, you literally see Noko, and then you see the whole rest of the pack battling for each other.
Yeah, I ran like a 29.4, and Noko was hitting 29.2s, no problem. He was like 2 tenths faster than almost everybody.
Dang.
Wicked closing the gap here from the back. He was all the way back. He must have been about 3-4 seconds behind, and now he's closed the gap. Peeking on the inside of Tatty here. Tatty closes the door. Hopefully Wicked can get the draft here, and I say hopefully because I'm a Team NoCo member. Not only that, I'm also a Team NoCo fan, even when I have my own
looks like
team
Teddy was
next
trying
year.
to take a peek in on Mills there.
Flo is
That's all-
rolling, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
he is.
I don't know if he's on the lead lap though, guys. I think he's trying to get his lap back. Actually, he might be fighting Taddy for the lap back.
For the lucky dog, right.
Exactly. That's probably why he's fighting so hard right now.
And Noko's in a world of his own.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty funny to watch. You know, Noko's got that massive gap. He's just cruising and snoozing at the front there. And we've got this pack here of RJ Smitty, Flo sitting in third if he's not a lap down. And then just behind him, we've got Mills. Don't forget, we've got Go With The Flow. He's actually hanging on by a thread of a needle because he's sitting at the bottom of the playoffs. So he's like, I'm here, boys, and I want it. So get out of my way.
I think it's going to be a really, really good battle for second. Like, all these guys from, you know, second on back are pretty dead even, you know. Not saying that Noko might not mess up,
Oh,
getting
see
on pit
Mills.
road.
Mills trying to get Flo past RJ here.
The
I'm
roof will
impressed
tell
with
us.
Go To The Flow, man. Like I said, he was having bad troubles there in stage 1. I mean, I had 2 laps on him, and he's just got that thing going now.
Do you think the almighty Noko gave away a little bit of his strategy earlier in
Mills
Archangel's?
gets onto the inside, a wicked gatekeeper there.
Oh! Sorry, guys.
Lion.
Oh, save it, Flo, save it.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's a shame.
Hopefully we get a caution.
He got into it with Wicked off of 4, and
Sorry, guys,
Flo
but sitting
chased.
Sorry, Grim, but sitting on pit lane now, we have K Tatty. He's like, you know what, guys? I haven't got it. I think he's just going to call it a day and let the boys have the race here.
Yeah, because they're all advancing to the next round because 2 people didn't make it tonight. So they're all guaranteed to make the next round of the playoffs. So,
But the
wouldn't
thing is,
surprise
though,
me.
points-wise, it would have mattered a little bit, though, for stage. I mean, you
Yes.
never know what it could have happened. You have this whole full stage left. You never know. Things
Right.
could happen, change.
Right. That was me at the first stage. I was just cruising, you know, just had going on a Sunday drive, you know, filling my car out. And stage two, I thought I made it a little better, and then I don't know. I've never had that happen to me on NASCAR. Any NASCAR game I've ever played. These T150s are usually pretty reliable, but here in that RKM, it's happened to him too. It's making me feel better. I don't want to have to buy another wheel. And I can't race on a controller, so I'd be dead in the water.
Hey, don't feel bad. You're freaking making me feel bad too, Roofer. Don't feel bad. I have the same wheel.
The thing is, NOCO has a Fanatec, you know, which is their direct drive. So if something like that did happen, it would make it like really worse for him because it's direct drive. So it'd be interesting. I want to hear when when we get him in the booth for the win for Roval, you know, what happened there.
Alright, Little Man said, good job, Roof, he's proud of you.
Thanks, little man. He's always been a class act on the track. I can't wait to get to actually race with him. I know he's busy on his work schedule, man. Everyone knows road courses was not my thing. I didn't even want to run them, but
guys,
ever since I
don't want to put this out here, but Flo backed out too.
See, I think there's still 60-something laps to go, and a lot of these guys after 50-something laps at the Roval were already like, oh man, this is going to be a long race because my arms are already tired, you know, or my fingers are numb already.
As we see Buck losing it down the front stretch, guys. He mowed the whole front stretch.
I did that a couple times myself.
Oh, save it, Buck. Save it. Oh. I'm tired now. I'm going to give can we have an award for saves of the race? Because I really want to give that boy save the race award. I mean, that guy, Buck's been saving that car so much tonight.
To be honest, this was like, on Heat 3, this is like one of my favorite tracks. It was almost just like Atlanta. You could just run it almost full throttle all the way around the track. It just seems like they changed it up or something, unless that's how it handles in real life. You know, I've never ran a NASCAR at Texas in real life, so I wouldn't know, but it'd be kind of cool to ask a real driver, you know, is that how it really works, you know?
Ryan's like, Buck's doing a promo for his new sponsor, John Deere.
Hey, you gotta represent your sponsor any way you can.
Yeah. So does that mean Yoko's putting all of his chips in?
No.
I mean, he is running the global poker car.
I think he put 75% of his chips in. We all know how he races. And earlier in the roundtable, he says, I love to make people chase me down and wear their car out, and then I pull away from them. Maybe that's one of his strategies. We see Buck tap that wall again on that inside wall, and he's taking that orange and blue car through the grass backwards.
Man, he's got a loose car.
Don't drive backwards, Buck. We all know what happens. There you go. Get that girl turned around. There you go, Buck.
He might be leaving, guys, just by how he's acting.
I'm wondering, man, if there just ain't something, just a little glitch going on.
Guys,
I think Buck's doing donuts.
I think something's wrong with Buck. Like, he backed out, guys. I think there was another major. Does Buck run on a wheel, Roofer?
No, I do know. I think he's on a controller. I'm pretty sure.
That was weird because he looked like he wanted to go, and then it just kept spinning. So I don't know what.
That's what my car did. Right.
You see, no offense, but it quite frustrates me when some of these drivers actually back out. Because just run it to the end. You never know what can happen. I'm always saying it. You shouldn't quit. Just run the track to the end. If you're not running well, at least you're getting extra practice.
Yeah, I actually was a lap ahead of a couple of them guys, and I wanted to stay in the race. It was just I couldn't get the wheel to come out. It wouldn't act right. So
while we're looking here, guys, it's only RJ, Mills, Wicked, and Noko.
And another thing that happened, I don't know if it was just me, but my sound went out halfway in the middle of the roval. I hope they put a patch in this game, because I'm trying to get around the road course and not being able to hear your engine is just it's really tough.
And
I've had that happen to me, and of all things, it's more frustrating because I don't look at my tachometer, I listen. So when you
Right.
don't have that to help shift,
I want your perspective from that, Robbie. Honestly, Arcam just put a comment. I'm kind of curious. So, what would you do if you're glitching and you can't fix it?
If I'm glitching and I can't fix it, then I would back out.
Okay.
That's the only time I would do it, because that's not fair on either drivers. If you're glitching and lagging and wrecking people, you don't belong on the track. Simple as that.
Yeah. And Taddy did tell me at one point when I was in front of him, when I let him go around me, he said, you're not rubber banding, but you're glitching a little bit. And so that's when I let him go around me, because I didn't want to be the cause of, any kind of points issue or anything like that, I take pride in my cleanliness. If anything, I'll put myself in the wall before I hurt one of these guys that are running for points. That's just how I race, and that's how a lot of these guys race.
Sorry guys, I'm just watching this video and K-Tatty, I'm just talking to him right now, his cat actually sat on the sofa, I do believe, and the cat watches him race around the track. It's brilliant, you should see it, it's amazing. Oh, man.
well, that's how intense Giggity racing can be, guys. Even your pets get invested.
Oh dear.
I would love to say something else, but we are definitely live right now.
You see Mills coming to pit. Oh no!
Oh no, something like
See,
same thing.
that
You
looked
see
like-
that? It went straight to the
The
right.
thing is though, Roofer, that happened to him earlier in stage 1. Like he was trying to go to pit road, and the car arced right. That's 2 times in this race that's happened to him.
If
I
you can
can't
hear me,
wait to
dude, while
talk
you're
to
in
these
pit
guys.
lane, if you can hear me, while you're in pit lane, just quickly sort your steering wheel out, unplug it, and plug it back in, see if you can take it from there.
The only bad part is some wheels you actually have to reset everything though, Robbie. So it's kind of
I hope
Yeah, my
not.
will, you gotta totally reset the PlayStation.
yeah. It's awkward though. That's the second time that's happened to Mills, which is
Dude,
weird.
I'm honestly, yeah. You don't see Noko make mistakes like that.
And then
seeing
Noko
him-
had that. Yeah,
right.
say, I'm thinking maybe it's a server thing.
It could be. Well, it's gonna be interesting to see here at the end.
See, here's the thing, and I mean, I'm taking this from another game that I used to play. I think in NASCAR Heat 5,
Super
need to-
Mario Brothers.
well, not that, but they
I'm
need
just joking.
no, you're good. What they need to do. I used to play Rocket League, right? And they had look, Noko hit the wall coming into 1, but the thing is they did with the game. They have a button that you can report the server, and it goes in. It lets them know there's something wrong with it. I think in Heat 5 that'd be a really good add-on to have like all the players. All you had to do is press the start button and be able to report that server that they're on, so they can fix it.
I agree.
Yeah, that's
That's
a good idea. At least so they know there's a problem, and if enough people complain about it, maybe they would do something about it, Really good idea.
Let's get back to this race we got here at Texas, guys. We still have some good racing. Unfortunate circumstances for quite a few of our drivers, though. But, man, points are still on board. 2 drivers are going to get booted. It's unfortunate for some of these guys, but let's see how it plans out.
Right, as of right now, Noko's just clicking off playoff points. Just
I did see where a little man in the chat said he is looking forward to Daytona tomorrow. Was asking if I was going to be there. No, I can't run Custom Xfinity because I started running Custom Cup mid-season, so I could only run one or the other.
I'll tell you now.
I think he was talking about you being in the booth.
Oh, I will be in the booth, yes.
Little man's awesome. I know I'll be broadcasting that tomorrow night, but I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, I like broadcasting Thursdays because it kind of gives me, I get to see what's going to happen for Saturday, the playoffs, and kind of see how everyone's driving.
But I'll tell you
Tomorrow,
now.
Thursday?
Yep.
Man, that tells you how far back in time I am. I don't keep track of time or days anymore, guys.
I'll say that right now. That is a shout out to Little Man. I've raced with that boy. He literally is a wheelman at super speedways. He is so good. If you need a drafting partner, you better have that boy on your back rear bumper.
Yeah,
He
he's
can
one of
help.
the guys I watch for. You know.
Yeah, he'll get you through the field like crazy.
Yeah. Same with Noko. Noko is a guy that can just hold a really good line, and I'll latch to his bumper and push him around the whole race. And if I get a chance to pass him at the finish line, I will. If I don't, I'm content with second. You know.
Alrighty, boys. Do we know? Actually, I wonder how much laps we had left. And I actually didn't ask because you're in here, Reaper. For a can of fuel, how long did it last you guys?
24 laps.
24. We were thinking
And when
about
I-
17, but I was shooting ballpark there.
Well, the tires were lasting about 17, but fuel you could get about 24. If you actually had a setup where your tires weren't ate up before then.
See, now, I know it's different between preset to custom, because you can actually adjust it how you want here. Was turn 4, even though you guys having a preset in it, still iffy coming out 4?
Oh yeah, that's why some of these guys are mowing their grass down. We're actually on customs tonight, and I was pretty confident in my setup because I didn't practice at all day. All I practiced was the rollable because I did a championship race the other night, about 30 laps, and it was a 105 speed rating. I was hitting 4s with it, which Noko's hitting 2s tonight, which is really, really fast. Yeah. 20. Yeah.
So just a quick question, Reefer. Did you bring your right spring lower than your left spring on the rear for turn 4 on Texas?
My right spring, I would have to go back and look at my setup.
Because that's what I tend to do with tracks like this. If it's got a slippery turn like Darlington, when you come out of 2 on Darlington, I tend to bring down the right spring just to give a bit more stability on turns like that.
You know, that's a good idea, man. I'm gonna write that down actually, and I'm gonna try that.
And there's also another way you can do it. Just a quick tip for you guys. So you can bring the right spring a couple of clicks lower. You can bring your, I think it's right track bar a couple of clicks lower, or you could do it using your tyre. You can have it 1 psi lower than your right front, and that should make it dig in nicely.
I know at the Roval, I started practicing about 30 minutes before the race because my wife started work today, and I've been watching a 2-year-old all day, and didn't really have a whole lot of time to practice, but me and C-Dub was in there practicing, and I was just terribly loose, and he said, man, put about 2 pounds of, I went from like 51 on the front weight to 53, and that thing just came alive. I went from hitting like 1 minute and 20-second laps to 118s like that, and it was just so stable. It really helped a lot on the road course anyways.
Yeah. You see, that's another thing you could do as well. When you do that with your spring or track bar or your tyre, you can take some front weight out of it as well. Because the front weight I mainly use for my mid corner.
Right.
Don't know who else does, but that's what I do. But I think you'll like it, Reaper, because me and you, we drive kind of similar, really, to be fair.
No, we were, yeah. I've noticed that since the beginning of the season. You know, you don't force the issue. I have never seen you use your bumper to pass somebody, and if someone's beating on your bumper, you'll go high and say, hey, go ahead, buddy, and just let the race come to you. And I try to do that same thing now. I have lost my cool a few times and used my bumper, but here lately, after the excitement we've been having, I've been trying to run as clean as we can so we can put on good races for the fans. Like last night's dirt race, I thought was one of the epic races of the season.
Yeah, the dirt race last night was definitely intense.
Yes. My arms are still a little bit sore because on the wheel, I mean, I'm literally left, right the whole time. I guess like you really would be in a real, dirt car. So, but, yeah, that was really awesome race last night.
Have you loaded your setup now?
Here, let me go ahead and load it real quick.
Yeah. What we'll do while we've got you here in the broadcast, I think what we'll do is if you bring your right spring down, nothing else, just leave your right spring, bring it down by 2 clicks, and then run that turn 4 over and over, and let me know if it's tighter for longer.
I don't want to say this, guys, but I don't know how many laps are left, but Noko's about to lap Mills.
When I came into the lobby, there was like 60 to go, so we should be getting down pretty close to around 20.
I was watching.
Maybe even less.
Noko's coming out of 4, and Mills and them are just going into 1. Dude, that's impressive. Dang, that's impressive. I mean, I want to say that word, but that's impressive.
Even at
definitely
the Roval,
consistency.
Yeah, in 50 laps, I think he lapped. I mean, I finished 5th, and I know he lapped me. I don't know how many guys, stayed even on the lead lap. He was just so consistent and so fast.
I don't know how he does it.
Yeah. I know he puts in a lot of work, it's...
I'd like to know when too, because we all know that, Noko's a really busy guy.
Well, he lives out west, I think New Mexico, I believe. So usually, like when he gets on, like for me, what would be like 2 o'clock in the morning is like 10 o'clock at night for him. Because on Heat 3, we used to stay up all night and just bounce ideas off each other and work on the cars. And he's one of them guys that I'm sure these guys that were having problems, in the stage 1, Noko was probably like, here, do this, and that's why their cars got better, because that's just the type of guy he is. And he'll help anybody out, even if you're not a teammate. Let's see, let's go look at this.
Here's another aspect, guys. I mean, talking about him, about gonna try to almost maybe like Mills. Smitty's right in front of him.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not taking nothing. I'm not literally taking nothing from Mills. But Smitty's super quick, and again, at the same time is, if Noko's catching both of them, that's just insane.
What do you think they're going to do, though? Do you think they'll let him by, or do you think they're going to fight him? I mean, maybe these guys are just taking it easy now, because there's only 4 of them left on the track.
I don't think Noko's taking it easy. He's still in race mode.
No, yeah, Noko's not taking it easy.
Yeah,
He'll probably smile when I say this, but he's probably got that light on, and he's just thinking to himself, oh, Giga Noko, Shina Noko. But he's definitely on the rails, and he's looking to dominate tonight, definitely.
Okay, Robbie, on my spring settings, on my front spring, I got 1200, and on my right spring, I had 1130. On the rear, I had 570.
I think Noko's just chilling, guys, because he could have caught Mills by now.
Okay, when you got 570 on the left, try 550 on your right. Okay. Then turn 10 laps. It might not be faster, but if you let off just a bit early, coming into 3 and 4. Now, how do I do it? I'll drive it into 3, let off mid, and then accelerate coming out of 4, and just keep doing that over and over, and let me know if it's tighter for longer.
Okay.
Should be.
Yeah.
So Rufus going to go ahead and just test that theory out, but that's the way it works for me. Coming back to the race here, Noko is absolutely dominating. He's here, he's just sipping a beer, probably got his feet up. He's probably not even got his feet on the pedals. He's just chilling and rowling. And then RJ Smitty and Mills just sitting comfortably here, working with one another maybe. Wicked all alone. Hopefully he's not falling asleep. Wakey, wakey, Wicked. Wakey, wakey. Come on, let's go. And then, unfortunately, we have Tatty, Flo, and MP Rufus sat in the pits. But I'll tell you what, these guys tonight, they've done a really good job. We've had some clean racing. The Rover was an absolute amazing race to watch. They spread out nicely as well. And then Texas, I mean, even though there's only, 8 of them, there's been some really close racing. And I can't wait to look back and get some screenshots of that. And hopefully we can get that artwork up of the screenshots onto Facebook. But wow, what an absolute race. All night they've just been on it. Grim, when you're here at Texas, talk us through from start to finish how you'd run this track from truck to cup.
One question. Smitty just had another mishap coming to pit road, guys. He hit the wall again coming to pit road.
Do you reckon he blew a tire?
I don't know, because he looked like he might have been close to blowing one. Because he had it snug against the wall, hoping that it would blow and just he would rub against it. So possibly. See, the bad part of me is I'm kind of like everybody else. This track has changed. Like from Heat 3, I had a different perspective of how to race this track. Heat 4, you got to race it more different than Heat 3. Because in Heat 3, you could literally go from the top, put it down, drive it in deep, mid-corner, let it breathe a little bit, and let the trucks, like say the truck-wise, for a cup car, let it set. When it finally set, get back on the gas, and go out the corner. This game, you got to do it differently. You got to literally back your corners up more on the high side, but at the same time, as you can still go deep in the corner, but not as hard because you're going to wear the tires off on the car. So it's kind of different wise on this game.
Robbie, you're a genius, buddy. I wish that I would have knew about this before the race, because this thing, I just hit a 3 with it. And
You're more than welcome, buddy.
Yeah, that worked out. It beautifully. And it's not tight going into 1. See, I was tight going into 1, but loose off 4. And, you know, it's hard to fix that problem when you're loose, tight in one corner and loose in the other. And now it's just perfect all the way around the track.
Well, unfortunately for you, Reefer, that's the only tip I can give you, but I hope that can benefit you in next season. And I'll tell you what, I look forward to racing with you.
Right, same here, buddy. Me and Robbie, I don't think.
Okay, there has to be an issue, guys. Alright. I'm not trying to call Mills out. I think it's the game. Because that's the 3rd time he's came to pit road, and that time he spun it into the inside wall. There has to be something going on wise other than that for them. That's weird.
I kind of have that same feeling, Grim. Like I said, I was thinking, okay, I was a lap ahead of a couple guys, so I was like, I'm gonna let these guys go around. I'm still a lap ahead of 2 guys. I'm gonna finish stage 3, get my lap back, and it would not, my wheel just wouldn't respond. It was something that I've never experienced on any NASCAR game.
See, Noko's in the pits right now, so is Wicked. The thing is, I think it's, if I'm not mistaken by looking at it here, I think it's Noko, Wicked, ArcJ, and then Mills. Of how it's rolling out, I believe. I might be wrong, though. Oh, we just got confirmation, guys. It's still 20 to go.
Wow.
Yeah, it was 167 lap race.
Noko just typed in the chat when he was on pit road saying there was 20 to go. So, well, we still got a good bit of race left here. Jeez.
You know, I'm wondering when the person gave me this setup if he did not accidentally give me the left side and, you know, gave me them springs backwards, or I put him in backwards.
Okay, he wasn't driving. He was on pit road. He gave us an update while texting, but he wasn't driving. Coco and texting.
That man loves his chocolate.
I'd like to apologise, guys. I know I've gone a little bit quiet in the booth here. The booth has gone quiet. The reason being is Puddin's had to shoot off elsewhere. He's actually due to be in a race tonight, so good luck to him. And over here for me, it's like 25 to 4 in the morning. But yeah, I'm still here, guys, and still chin-wagging away. And I'll tell you what, it's great to be in the booth with you guys, especially you, Briefer. It's good to get an insight on what happened on the track tonight and what happened to you, and I'm really sorry to hear that.
Oh, it's no problem. To be honest, man, I think I had my rear springs backwards when the person gave me the setup. I think either they hollered them out to me backwards or I put them in backwards because now that I'm practicing with that little change, I mean, it's a whole different car. But it's that's what you got to get some practice in just to make sure of things like that before the race starts. And it's kind of my own fault for worrying about the Roval and not even cutting a lap at Texas. I just was so confident in my setup. I thought everything would be fine. That's something you
But,
can't fix on pit road springs. So.
yeah. It's not a problem, buddy. I mean, that's what we're all about here at Giggity. Even though we're on different teams and sometimes we're arriving on the track, if somebody's
Okay,
struggling or if we can give a tip, then we will.
Roofer, I just
Exactly.
got a question asked to you from
hmm
RKM. He said, did you have your issue happening halfway through a fuel run?
Yes, I was trying to get through 3 more laps so I could
Yes, he had.
split my
There you
stage
go.
in half. And if not, I was going to go ahead and pit, but I was like, no, I can't, or I'm going to make myself a couple laps short on fuel. And yeah, it was dead center of the fuel run, maybe a lap or two short from being dead center.
I gotta keep my butt awake. I got practice with UK in a little bit here, so.
So tomorrow, if anybody needs any practice for the Daytona race tomorrow for tomorrow night's race, I'll be more than happy to help anybody. My wife does work from 11 to 3:30, so I'll be babysitting my son again from those times. But any other, after she gets home at 3:30, anybody needs any help at either track, I'll do what I can, whether you're my teammate or not. It don't matter to me. It's just, I feel like everybody in Giggity's my teammates just because we're all family. So.
For me, wise, I'm just trying to figure, like, if UK's gonna help me tonight, wise, I'm trying to figure out how to get around Kentucky for Friday night. I'm slow. I don't
Yeah, I'm
got
not too
speed.
great on Kentucky myself.
I'll
I
give
got.
you a tip at Kentucky. There's a porta potty as you're going in turn 3, and if you let off at that porta potty and get back in the gas where the signs start, you can get through turn 3 pretty good there. Now, if you're in trucks, you might have to dive it in a little farther than the porta potty. That's cup, but that's what works for me. I actually got a 105 speed rating there when on heat 3. I hated that track, couldn't even get around it.
For me, wise, I'm running like 32 sevens, and then I'm really slow after that. The truck's just not there, and it kind of irritates me because, again, I've been on momentum for the last couple weeks, and to have momentum crushed just because I don't know how to drive the track is going to really irritate me.
Well, if you get time tomorrow, I'll get on with you and show you that line. And like I said, I hated that track until someone gave me that little trick, and it came around, it worked really well. So maybe it'll work well for you.
I do remember last season, Boom helped me there too with, I think it was trucks, and the thing is, though, he used that little pit exit, like start going in there, let off at the pit exit, and let it coast around until you got to that, I think it was the Bojangles sign, and then pick up the throttle.
Yeah, RKM saying the same exact issue happened to him, which he's on the same wheel as me, the T150. So I'm kind of hoping when we get Noco in here that he says, "Oh guys, by the way, we got 8 to go." Sorry, because
I'm gonna tell
I
you
just
now, I want to bring Mills
hope.
in here too. I don't even know what the running order is, but I still want to bring Mills in here and see what his issue was. Because, unlike him, he hit the outside wall twice. And then, for some reason, hit the inside wall coming that last pit stop, so.
I'm just hoping this ain't a T150 thing. That it's because it seems like I'm proud of all these guys that have stuck around. Though all the 4 guys we got remaining. That's a great job to hang in there, knowing that you're locked into next week no matter what, and they're still, fighting it out. making the best of, a good race. And all them guys that stayed out there, they had really good cars the whole time. Just had problems getting on pit road and stuff like that. But like I said, it could be something going on with the server, so it's going to be interesting to see.
I think we're about 6 to go, ain't we there, Roofer?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if I don't see anybody in front of Nico or behind him. So has he lapped the whole field?
I have no idea. I think he's just relaxed because they just came off pit stops. As we see here, that Mills is by himself. Well, he's got Wicked behind him, but it ain't that far back. What do we got here?
Well, I heard next year they might be doing like an elite series, for guys like Noco and Jake Guru, guys that have won 4 or 5 races this season. And that's a good idea if we have some of these guys that I hear might be coming to Giggity, to put all them guys out there to give Noco a challenge. Some of these races, he really hasn't even been challenged.
I'll tell you right now, Darlington last week was probably the best race I've seen that actually had to force Noco to race, man.
Yeah.
That was amazing. That Darlington race was insane. If it wasn't for the mishap for spinning out, that Jay would, Jay would have been, oh my, that would have been amazing to finish. Like I told Noco was good in 2 and 3, or 3 and 4, while Jaywa was better in 1 and 2, which made it so weird because he gained so much and then Noco would gain it back.
Right. And Jay Wood, he's an expert setup guy too. Like on Heat 3, I used to get on his YouTube page and use some of his setups because he's really good at making setups. So I'm sure when they do have that elite night, like I'm hearing that it will be a custom night, so it will be cool to see these guys. I hope we get the best of the best over here. That's what we want. And like I said, and they race each other cleanly to where it's a good race for the fans.
As we see, I think we're probably down to 2 to go, guys. Probably 1 or 2 to go, I think.
That's what I'm thinking, because I'm kind of hearing Noco kind of take it a little bit easy now. He don't want to make any kind of mistake. It just don't even sound like he's all the way in it to me.
I'm going to say it's Noco 1 to go right now, so I believe it's probably the end here.
Now, from watching his line, he does something a little different in turn 4 that I have never tried. He stays down there on that white line and then kind of exits out high, and maybe that's why he's not getting loose off of 4. He might have a little line going on.
RKM, it's alright, bud.
Yeah, he's way down there in that white line with me.
He's flirting with that white line out of 3 and 4.
Right.
Yeah, that's the line I run.
Yeah. That was race there. It's going to be good to get him up. Like at Darlington, I didn't know those dotted white lines help you turn in turn 3, but I found that out from Jake Guru. If you stick a tire down there on that white dotted line in turn 3 and 4, it keeps you from getting tight and hitting the wall. And that'll be something I'll be looking forward to trying next time I get at Darlington.
There you go.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that we've also got Archangel in the booth here. He's actually host of the party chat, and I'm hoping that he's actually still awake.
I'm awake.
Yeah. I'm awake. I'm good, guys.
So we're going to bring in a few of these guys here. We're going to bring in Noco, Mills, Wicked, and RJ Smith.
Okay, so I actually have to tell you this, guys. Okay, so you were right, Roofer. So the finish order was Noco, Wicked, Smitty was a lap down, and so was Mills.
Okay, so he lapped everybody but Wicked.
And he had it was close. Oh my. It was the time between them two was an 86.34, 6.23, and Wicked was 86.57, 119. Ooh man, he almost lapped the whole field. Yeah, he ran a wow roofer. He ran a 29.186.
Oh, wow.
As we're waiting for Noko to get in here along with the other guys, I'm going to the leaderboard and see how that's going to stack up. So give me one moment here.
Yeah, I kind of want to look at the leaderboard myself, actually.
For daily, actually, you're not going to believe this. Noko's 10th daily.
Really?
The fastest today was Napa 55 had at a 28.952.
Wow.
Weekly, Napa's not even. No, I mean, not my bad. Noko's 6th weekly. But he was actually running quicker earlier, so. Alright.
How's it going, Noko?
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Pretty good. I had a question for you. My wheel, like in the middle of stage 2 there, halfway in that field run, just went haywire on me. Whenever you was trying to get on pit road, was there any kind of wheel issue with you, or was it just a mistake on your part?
Actually, it didn't register me going down pit road.
Okay.
Oh, alright.
There was a glitch or something in the game. It actually happened to Smitty too. We went down pit road and we just went right through the timing line like there was no pits.
That's Yeah, we've seen several times Mills have problems. Like he would go to hit the brakes to come down the pit road, and it would shoot him right back up into the fence. It was
Yeah, that happened
there was
twice.
some
It
weird
happened.
stuff happened in that race.
I
Yeah.
just think it was old tires trying to get onto pit road. Cause
Well,
I
thing
know
is though,
Right.
if it was
it's
though
a tough
Noko,
entry.
it happened twice for him, in both stages.
I know
Oh,
Mills
wow.
had some issues getting on pit road.
That's what I'm saying. He had 2 issues at the exact same spot too, coming into pit road for it. That's why I was kind of didn't know how that worked there. But again, congrats on that win, Noko. Good win, bud.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. It was a pretty good night overall racing. I don't know what happened at the end there. Just had some people leaving, but I mean, I know Taddy probably left because he
Sixth
had no
time?
other positions to gain. I'm sorry?
Sorry, guys. Just quickly, I need to interrupt. We've got an echo in the background. If anybody's got it on their TV, if they can turn the volume down, and also, can you guys make sure you got your stuff set on to always allow?
Let me check real quick. I believe it's on always allow. Yep, we're good.
Okay.
Everybody else good?
Oh yeah.
I'm good.
Yes. Well, I am pleased to tell you you're number 1 on the daily at the Roval. Let's see. Let's check the weekly here. 3rd in the weekly, and let's see if you made the all-time. Just by a hair missed it on
Oh,
the
wow.
all-time. But hey, nothing to complain about there.
No, it was a good night of
116.6.
racing for sure. I mean, I'm real pleased. The car at the Roval, it was kind of tight to start, and then I don't know what it was, but stage 2 and stage 3, the car freed up on its own, and once the car came to me, it was really consistent. So I'm really proud of the effort at the Roval. I'm not known to be a road course ringer, so it's nice to be able to grab a road course win when I can. They're not really my specialty, but you know, it was tough to try to set it up because most of the setup with the Roval is all about suspension, and that track just has too many transitions and weird wonky bumps everywhere, and it's a really tough track to get around. But I thought it was good racing. Texas was pretty good. I'm not sure at the end there. Like I said, we had a couple guys back out, and I know Teddy had gotten food, so he couldn't advance his position anymore. But I thought it was good racing. We had a couple of scares there at the end. We almost had a huge pile up, but we sorted it out and came away with the win. And, you know, I'm pretty proud of the effort. And proud of
Noko, curious.
guys.
Do you know what happened to Buck?
a Buck just decided to leave.
Okay. Well, no, he was having issues. It looked like he was like a control issue in the grass, like it was like for a roofer when it wouldn't want to steer. That's why I was thinking it happened the same thing to him.
Yeah, I know he was having handling issues with his car. I just think that he was in a position where he wasn't going to lose any more points if he backed out, so he just decided to back out and not run the last 55 laps.
Yeah, I think a lot of people got wore out with the Roval, you know, being 50-something laps a minute and something a lap, you know, and then another 167 laps at Texas when there was nothing to really gain points-wise or lose since they're locked into the next round. I think a few people was just like, all right, I'm going to call it a night. I don't think everyone pretty much knew that maybe they didn't have, you know, nothing to catch you because you was on rails at, you know, at both tracks, man. It's really impressive.
I appreciate it. I mean, I felt bad for Taddy because when I had my pit road mishap, he would have ended up getting the lucky dog at the end of the stage break. But since I had that issue on pit road when we cycled out, he was on a little older tires, and then I ended up passing him for the lucky dog. So I mean, I really feel bad for that. I don't know what's up with the game. They need to patch something or that needs to be brought to their attention because that's very worrisome when you're going down in the pits and then you don't get your car registered down pit road. You're like, well, what just happened? Did I lag out?
Right. That's happened to me one time before. I don't know if it was Texas, but it has happened to me one time before, and it's just like, I hope they put a patch like you said, because that's
They need to.
leading a race. You get on pit road under speed, you know, and then it don't even register. That's no good there.
Either that, Noko. I made it a quote in the stream while we were doing that too. I played Rocket League before, and they actually had an option to report to server if issues. In the new game, they should be able to add that as an option.
Yeah,
I think it'd be smart for the game was in case something happened just like this, they can report it and be able to fix it.
I agree. I guess there was also an issue in stage 3. I guess on that restart, I was lagging a little bit, so hadn't lagged all night. I don't know what the deal was there, but that really sucks.
Yeah, that was the same.
And then
Teddy said I was
Wicked
lagging a little
messaged
bit.
me. He
Yeah.
said you should have pinned me a lap down. Yeah, I agree. You should have pinned me a lap down. I was really worried. I'm not lying.
No, it was a great race.
It was a good race. I was worried when he was catching Smitty. I was like, dang it, I'm gonna get trapped a lap down.
I thought about just backing up and going behind.
I thought you were gonna do that too. I was like, oh man, Smitty. Oh man, it was good.
Yeah.
It was good racing. You know, I'm excited for the end of the season and the new, rule package we have for season 4 is going to be really good. The heat races, it's going to allow a lot of exciting racing and give everybody an opportunity to get out on the track and try to qualify in for the main race like we do in the dirt series. So it's going to be really fun. I think that's exactly what we need. It's going to be a fresh change, and I think it's going to give everybody an equal opportunity to be out there on the track, at least to qualify in.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think it's going to push drivers to put a little bit more effort into their setups and stuff and getting on and testing before races because they're going to know that they have to do something better to get into the race.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, at that point, you'll have probably a qualifying setup, and then you'll have a race setup. So, I don't think a race setup's going to do it when you're qualifying. So you'll see guys have 2 different setups for the race.
Well, guys,
I have one for all the cup tracks. Some of them I don't use because they're really loose, but I agree with you there. Just hopefully no one uses their bumper. You know, I'm one spot out of the transfer spot and just drive through somebody. Hopefully that don't happen, but we'll deal with that when we get there. You know.
well, guys, I'd just like to say congratulations to all of you. Well done for your results tonight. Noco, what a drive. Absolutely dominating on the Charlotte Roval and then dominating on Texas as well. Absolute great racing all night. I'm actually going to shoot off now because it's really late over here and I've got to go see my daughter tomorrow. So unfortunately I've got to shoot off. But I'd just like to say congratulations to all of you guys and well done. Absolute great race.
Yeah, we appreciate you being
Thank you,
here.
Rob.
Thanks, man.
Who
Yeah,
was our
thank you,
second
guys.
place finisher? Was it Smitty?
Wicked.
Or,
Wicked.
Wicked. Is he in here with us? Okay.
Yep. Wicky's here.
Well, how did? So you were the only guy that didn't go a lap down in that race. Was you hoping kind of for a caution there, or something that happened to where you could try to give Noco a run there at the end, or pretty much just happy to be in second place? Knowing you're moving on to the next
especially
round?
that third stage. Once he breaks away, you're pretty much
Right.
just happy to stay as high as you can. And I was pretty sure with the limited field we had tonight that there wasn't going to be
Right, no
cautions.
cautions. Yeah, for sure.
Or,
And
well, I
Smitty,
know Smitty and Mills were right there with me, but they just, had some unfortunate pit entries.
right.
We don't talk about that.
Well, well,
um,
Mills' issue was, hitting the brakes and something, I don't know, it just shooting to the right. Unfortunately, Smitty, it didn't even register when he went down pit road, just like Noco, which is, like I said, hopefully they get this fixed. It's just, I had, like I said, my wheel issue. I was trying to get mine turned back around, and it would just keep, like, it was stuck to the left to where I was scared I was going to come back up into the track. So I was just like, nope, I'm backing out. I'm not wrecking the whole field and having anybody be mad at me. But, man, it's hopefully because all these guys, they spend hours upon hours on not only setups, but, this is their hobby, and hopefully they get it patched up because it's just we don't want it to be ever get on pit road, be leading, and it don't even register.
yeah,
That's just
something that
a
could
bad
make or break the
situation.
race.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. They need. Hopefully they patch it because that was weird.
Yes. We seen a lot of weird things in that race there. Good thing, the Roval worked out was really a really good race. Texas started out to be a good race, had some weird things happen, but just great job, all of you guys, for hanging in there, even though you were locked in, sticking it out, and hopefully it, gives y'all a little bit, a few more points of advantage into the points. But what track do you guys go to next week?
We go Dega in Iowa.
All right, finally some normal tracks that aren't so hard. All right, it's good to hear.
It's a great equalizer.
Right, right. It's just, I know round one, what did we have? Gateway and let's see, what was the other track? Gateway and Vegas,
Vegas.
yeah. And then this week, Roval and Texas. I like it because it throws in technical tracks in there, which you should have. So y'all got through the 2 tough weeks. Next week it'll be like a fun week, because both of those tracks are really, really racy tracks.
Yeah, and anything goes at Dega.
Oh yeah.
Any-
I know who I'll be looking for. I just, every time I run them super speedways, I don't know. I look for Noco, and I try to. He's just really good at pushing and just or being out front and holding the line. It's just so it's gonna be fun next week.
Oh, it definitely is. It's always fun hearing the Giggity Racing League, especially when you got these guys on the track.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And when it ends up being a clean race, I don't think we had but one caution tonight out of both races, and that's something to be proud of.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, the Roval was, we had that little pile up there in stage 2, which was nuts. It looked
Yeah.
like bumper cars.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was after that it really sorted itself out, and it just, like I said, there's something weird, man. Some of these tracks, I feel like the track changes, and I don't know if that's something that they programmed in the game or if it's just in my head, but I swear to you, the track changes from stage to stage depending on how you have the car set up.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
agree with you.
Even
It
at the
really
Roval,
does.
it changed. Right, from stage
It
one to
did.
stage two, it changed. It was just two different cars.
It was. It was. Like I
There's
said, my car was really tight in stage 1, and then stage 2 it freed up some, and then stage 3 it was perfect. And
right.
It's just
it was weird.
it's just like offline, like how with the night races, how it transfers over to nighttime and whatnot, and I don't know, it does that online too, except you just don't have the daylight transition.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Right. Like I said,
All
I
right,
would be expecting a patch soon. I don't think we've had one, in a month at least. I think we'll be getting one here soon, hopefully.
Yeah, we definitely hope so.
I'm out of here, guys. Good racing.
All right,
Yep,
buddy.
Jared,
Have a
Good
back to
good
the
job
shop.
tonight, guys.
great job,
Broadcast,
Knuckle,
thanks for
picking up
sticking
6 in a
around
row,
through
man.
that.
Yeah, appreciate it, broadcast. I know it was painful to see only 4 cars on the track at the end of Texas. It was painful for us. I almost fell asleep.
All
I
right,
know. I
guys.
kind of wish I would have switched over to controller. I would at least got a top 5 out of it. Actually, I should have just unplugged my wheel and switched over to controller. Heck, yeah. But good job, man. It
Appreciate
was
it.
fun to watch.
Good racing tonight. Wicked, man. It was good.
Yeah,
Won
yeah, it
two
was
games for us. That was fun.
a lot of fun.
Learned a lot after tonight at Texas, so we can definitely take what we learned and apply that to the next one.
Well, there's
Yeah,
always
Team
finding the
Noco is
positive out of
definitely on a roll.
everything.
What is that, 6 in a row now, Noco? I know,
6 straight.
Yeah, 6
6
in a row.
straight.
You messed
That
up
could
the
be
stages, though. You missed one stage.
No, I missed 2 stages.
Oh, did you?
I missed one at the Roval, and then I think Wicked won the stage at Texas.
Oh, okay. Well, congratulations, man. You've been dominant, and can't wait to see you guys out here on the track and race with you guys offline or out of the league tomorrow and stuff like that. So, congratulations, guys, on another good night, and we will see you guys soon.
Definitely.
thank you.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Oh yeah, thanks, Grim.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate Grim coming in here and helping out, broadcasting, and hosting this for you guys. I know I wasn't feeling too good, so I'm kind of sorry I was quiet for that.
Oh, you guys good? So all we need, guys, man, is you get to bed and get some rest, man. You feel better. We need
Oh, yeah.
And
you.
you
We
guys
need
make
you.
sure to
We
tune
need you in the
in.
booth.
Tomorrow for our Xfinity is going to be at Daytona and, Pocono.
Do we lose
Custom
2
setup.
drivers tomorrow too? Is tomorrow as well?
No, on Thursday
Oh, that's
nights,
old
it's
school. Forgot. I
bunch.
keep forgetting that's
Yeah.
old school.
But same tracks are coming Saturday, and we will be losing 2 guys Saturday. So, but that'll be on
Alright.
sliders, not custom. But it's gonna be some good racing. Tune in, guys. And then Friday, y'all got the developmental series, which has been. Hopefully they'll get it calmed down a little this week, but it's still usually pretty good racing to watch.
Yeah, you and me both there, Rupert. I'm getting tired of getting beaten bang, man, on Friday night.
Yeah, I see. Well, that's why me and Ed actually, the last truck race, I said, hey, you watch the front, I'll watch the back, and we were just going from car to car and just figuring out who was doing what, 'Cause we're trying to teach people we're not all about speed here. If you're slow and clean, it's going to get you farther than being fast and dirty,
Oh, yeah,
Like
definitely.
Right. How I got noticed on this game, Smoke Fan, who won the esports this year, literally my first race at Bristol ever in a league race. I finished 15 laps down, but I didn't affect anybody, not even a tenth. So they was like, you're welcome to run with us anytime. And it just took off from there. So, like I said, slow and clean is way better than fast and dirty. That's what we're looking for, man. It's just clean, patient guys, because we can always make you faster.
Definitely is.
Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to hand this over here to Grim so he can take us home real quick.
All right, guys. All right, like Rufus said here, guys, don't forget to stop in tomorrow night for the Xfinity Series. Then we got development for Friday. Saturday's the Xfinity, losing 2 drivers that night. Then we're bringing home the Sunday here for the preset custom series, which I believe Noco's leading that as well. Man, Noco's been on a tear, dude. Noco's been on a tear on both sides. So.
Yeah, someone hopefully might be able to stop him, but
yeah, we're going into it. It's going to be interesting. I really hope someone can lead. I'm not going to say I hope someone can, but get somebody get on top of that series for the Potter Welding. I mean, Noco's got he's got a significant cushion, but at the same time Smitty's knocking on his door. Like, he's there coming in the next week. I mean,
and it's going to be an equalizer because that's default. It's not custom, so I think the Roval especially is going to be a lot closer on Sunday compared to it was tonight.
See, we're looking at this right now. The playoff points between Smitty and Noco. Here's the thing that's going to make it interesting for that race. Smitty has 21, Noco has 25.
That's really close.
That's only 4 points. The thing is, though, they gapped everybody. Because everybody else has 4, 6, 3, 4, 4, 1, 1. So, I mean, that's what's crazy about it. I mean, that's going to be interesting for Sunday. But anyways, guys, we're going to roll out of here for tonight. Catch you guys tomorrow night for the Xfinity Series. And hope you all have a good night. This is Shadow, Arch, and Roofer signing out. No problem.